Singapore caught nearly 6,000 more litterbugs last year compared to the year before. And it's doing more to step up enforcement at known littering hotspots, like deploying more officers and cameras. Chloe Chu with this report.
Litterbugs beware. Authorities handed out 20,100 littering tickets last year, up from about 14,000 the year before. The National Environment Agency says it doesn't quite know what drove the spike, but it's stepping up enforcement efforts to clamp down on littering at hotspots. Like here at the newly renovated People's Park complex in Chinatown, where surveillance cameras have been installed and more officers go on patrol.
NEA 会派人来，每天都有。他们来这边就是巡逻，教导他们就是吃了要干净。每天都有最少4个，他们来这边就是巡逻。
Now the floor is quite okay lah, quite clean lah. Not like last time it's very dirty area. You walk in the smell you cannot tahan.
他们有市政府的人来扫地了，一天扫2次这样子。
It's a similar situation here at Tekka Market, considered a littering hotspot as well. But stallholders say enforcement efforts have succeeded in making the area cleaner, and that can translate to more business.
Once the clean environment, the more customer will come, it attract more customer. If dirty place, nobody want to sit down there.
Yeah, if it's clean, many people will come, they will appreciate that clean it and clean, and they will enjoy the dining.
Now better, cleaner, better.
But it's not just efforts against ground littering that has yielded results. Measures to clamp down on table littering are also working.
Since June, diners who don't return their trays and crockery will be issued with fines and warnings. Some might even be charged in court. But it could be because of this that there's less used tissue and chopstick wrappers flying from the trays and onto the floor.
NEA says it relies on different methods, education, outreach and ground-up action to keep Singapore clean, and will be doing so to encourage everyone to pick up after themselves.
As for Singapore's aim of having cleaner tables at public eating places, authorities say the rate of tray and crockery return at hawker centres is currently at around 92%. That's up from 65% in August 2 years ago, just a month before a mandatory return regime was introduced. The return policy was then extended from such hawker centres to coffee shops and food courts later that year. Enforcement action was stepped up from June this year, where diners who did not return used trays and crockery were issued warnings and fines. As of the 28th of August, 1 fine and close to 900 warnings have been issued.
And now on to high-rise littering. The number of enforcement actions taken against such offences, including court fines or corrective work orders, hit a 3-year low last year. Now, the National Environment Agency says that it took action against 1,100 cases, and that is down by roughly 400 from the year before. Between 2020 and 2022, the agency investigated an average of 31,200 high-rise littering reports each year. Cases involving bigger, bulkier objects occurred less frequently, but NEA warns that smaller-sized projectiles can also spell trouble.
Littering that is being thrown off, such as food waste, generally will attract pests, and if it attracts pests, then there's a possibility of a disease outbreak. We've seen people throwing food waste, even schools, diapers, even sanitary pads.
NEA warns that littering from residential flats is a serious offence. To combat such cases, stricter laws were put in place in July. Flat owners or tenants could be presumed offenders should any litter come from their unit. They'll have 2 weeks to rebut this, such as by proving that they were not home at the time. Authorities have also deployed standees like this one at various estates. They display information on area surveillance and the number of offenders caught.
It's supposed to act as a deterrent and information, similarly like traffic police standees, so that the general community, general public understands, take note that NEA is doing something about it, and probably to potential offenders to deter them from committing such offences.